Porn. There, now that everyone is uncomfortable, let's get into the nitty-gritty about how porn is harmful. Just like a lot of teenagers throughout America, I used to recreationally watch porn until I realized the harmful effects it has. And you may not think that's significant, but it is, because 64% of people between the ages of 13 and 24 frequent a porn site. And to put that into perspective, that's about 63 million people. It's not only harmful to those who watch it, but to those who have also been abused by the industry. And in this speech, I will explain the negative effects it has on a viewer's body, how pornography can destroy relationships, and how it abuses women. Now let's go over what happens to your body when you watch porn. In a GQ article written in 2017, it explained that men's reproductive success was based on reproducing a lot, and a man's body used to reward him for reproducing a lot. Porn simulates this by displaying dozens of women, and when a man eventually orgasms, it signifies that he has reproduced, and so his body releases chemicals to make him feel better. Now this can cause porn to creep up on somebody just like a drug addiction. Once they feel how good these chemicals make them feel, they'll go back wanting to experience the same thing. In an article written by Adi Jaff in 2011 in Psychology Today, most porn habits are recreational and they aren't addictions. However, when they do become addictions, users may need more and more deviant material in order to get the job done. And this can lead to interruptions in daily life, like missing important events or being late to work or missing work. Now, porn viewage can also increase risks of depression. In a Men's Health article written by Joshua Scott in 2019, men who are depressed tend to watch porn a lot more than those who are not in order to make them feel better. Now, this is harmful because it doesn't allow for them to discover healthy coping mechanisms or solve the issues that they have. And while it may feel good to them for that short period of time, feelings of shame and guilt often follow up afterwards. Now on to explain how porn negatively impacts relationships. In an NPR article written by Shankar Vedantam in 2017, married Americans who watch porn are more likely to get a divorce than those who don't. Porn distorts an individual's image of how a sexual relationship is supposed to happen, and it can often cause them to have harmful images and cause them to ruin relationships because of these harmful standards that they have. It can also lead to creating unhealthy cycles in unhappy relationships. If a relationship is unhappy and one or both partners turn to porn to make themselves feel better, it can cause an unhappy relationship that just causes the relationship to get worse. Unhealthy cycle that causes the relationship to get worse. And women who stop watching porn also tend to be happier in their relationships than those that don't. Now, on to my final point about how the industry abuses women. This industry degrades women and lies to them. In a New York Times article written by Katie Sickle from 2019, 22 women responded to an ad for a modeling agency, but upon arrival they were offered $5,000 to film a pornography video. They were told by the producers that it would only be sold on DVDs and only sold within the US, but this was not the case. The videos were posted online and millions of people saw them. Sarah Shaman, or more widely known as Mia Khalifa, is another example of the industry abusing women. She was in the industry for 3 months, but was only paid $12,000 in a high living expense area like Los Angeles, California. And once she left, she never made another dime. Now, there is a lot of stigma around this industry, so people like Sarah who try to leave may find it hard for them to find other work because of their previous occupation, and this can cause them to go back into the industry and continue to be abused by it. Porn also preys on disadvantaged women. In a documentary called When Porn Ends, several former actresses reveal that they joined because of child abuse, growing up poor, or because of drug addiction, and they merely joined just because they saw it as an ends meet. Finally, on to some solutions. The benefits of not watching porn far outweigh the benefits of watching porn, and those that have stopped have seen an increase in their self-esteem, better relationships, and a more real view of intimacy, and a more real view of sexual relationships. You can help yourself and help others by talking about this issue more, and not only educating yourself, but educating your friends and family, because the more we talk about this issue, the more light it will receive. Now, in conclusion, porn has a negative effect on the brain, damages relationships, and the industry abuses women. It's not only dangerous to those that view it, but to those engaged in the industry. And I encourage you to keep educating yourself and your friends about the dangers of this. And you might ask yourself, so what? Educating yourself and your friends about the benefits of not watching porn, you can avoid the dangers of watching porn by doing all of these things.